Hey guys, it's Saturday and it's the weekend. So it's kind of funny that every day is the same, but we're trying to make it a bit different. I am inside today because it's so windy. And I'm at we have a room in our house that we call it like sort of like the useless room, but we've turned it into the homeschool room. So see this desk? How cool is this? Um, this is like 120 years old or something, and I bought it at auction and didn't know where to put it, and so it's just sort of set around. But now Levi uses it for homeschool, so that's kind of cool. I have a funny story to tell, something that actually happened the day before I started doing these, and I didn't know what it was going to kind of evolve into. And that was I was at Waitrose, my favorite grocery store ever, and there had not been like a quarantine or anything like that yet, but there were rumblings of it coming. So people were starting to panic buy, and at this point, the toilet paper was already, cleared off the shelf after like 10 minutes of being stocked, and so I went that day slightly a bit panicked, but not too bad. And I got my trolley, and it was like the small one. It wasn't like the massive one. And so I was like pushing it around. And I remember being on like the canned aisle, and having this like feeling inside of, what am I doing? Like, I have so much stuff in here that I would not normally buy. And that little voice inside, um, I just felt like God was saying, "Do you trust me? Do you trust me with what's going on and what's going to happen?" And I just thought, well, God, like what am I supposed to do? Like not buy anything? And I hadn't even bought any toilet paper, but I had bought a little bit more than I normally buy. So there was definitely an element of um, I don't I'm not going to be taken care of. I'm not going to have enough. So anyway, in the aisle right there by the canned tomatoes, I remembered the story of the Israelites in the desert um, with Moses. And basically, been, they had just escaped from Egypt. The Pharaoh had, the 10 plagues had come. They were in the desert, but they had no food. And so they moaned and complained and everything like that. And they said, Moses, we need food. We might as well go back to Egypt if you're not going to give us any more food. Then, and so Moses had prayed, and he, asked God, like, send them food. And so every morning, every single morning, Monday through Saturday, manna would rain down from heaven, and it was sort of like a little paper bread that would come from the sky, and it was enough. It was enough to feed them. And so they had that every single morning as a promise that God said, I will take care of you. You will have enough to eat. It may not be exactly what you want to eat, but it will be enough. And so sure enough, Moses gave them specific instructions, said, collect this amount for your family. Don't collect any more, because what happened is it says some people were not trustworthy, and they collected more than they needed. And that food, it says, that manna, it says it rotted and it was filled with maggots. So, so something else that's really cool is that on the sixth day, um, Moses gave them instructions that he had been given by God that said, collect enough on the sixth day, and I will give you enough for the sixth and the seventh day. And you guys probably may remember this is because the Lord wanted them to have a Sabbath, a day of rest, a day of just, the world was created in 6 days, and it says God rested on the seventh. So he gave that same instruction to the Israelites and to us. And so with all this being said, just so many things I thought about that apply to this time, that we don't have to be, and people are being, I think, less greedy at the grocery stores now. People are starting to realize, okay, we're going to have some groceries. It may not be perfect. It may not be exactly the brand we want or exactly the food or the meat we wanted, but there will be something. And so people are being a bit less worrisome. But I also felt like on Tuesday of this week that God said for these little devotionals that I want you to do 6 days, and then and I'll tell you to wake up, spend time with me, read the Bible, just wait, pray, journal, and see what comes to your mind. And then that's the thing that I want you to talk about for that day, which is today being one of those days. And then I felt like this on Tuesday this week that God said, but on Sunday I want you to not do this. I want you to rest. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, taking the day off. And so I'm kind of excited because this is really hard. This has been really hard for me because not every single day I spend time with him, he gives me something to share, but it's also nerve wracking. And but I feel like God is like, just get out there and do what you can. And I think he is sharpening my skills as a teacher, as a speaker, in whatever other capacity. Certainly he is sharpening my skills to trust him, because I'm not really like internet savvy, where I've been watching videos of people who are teaching people piano lessons online, who are doing like hip hop lessons online. I'm like, I don't have anything flashy, but what I do have, I give you, and that is my love for Scripture, my love for Jesus. And I hope that will, even if it blesses one, this is worth it. So I will be back on Monday, and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And God bless. Take care.